mixing, fixing for another big game. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Tennessee Titans and our home team. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll check that down to Carson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On second down, here's Mixon. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 11 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. On second down, it's Carson.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Bridgewater now. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On third down, Bridgewater. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers, 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Cousins gets it to Meredith, complete. He got 29 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins, complete to Bryant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 3rd and long for Cousins. And the defense has it covered. It's it's out. Smith lost it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
This play is under review.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Third and goal for Bridgewater. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his fourth touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. On the delay, here's Carson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Flushed out right. This will be caught by Brown. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course.
Come on now, let's go!
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Joe Mixon in the final seconds of the first half. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Come on, fellas.
So we reach, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Badgley now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Bridgewater. Got him in. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Whatever the discussion. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Cousins. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Now an open man, that's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. 25 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Butker able to put this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Draw play. This is Carson. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. That's complete to Meredith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Carson, and an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run it with Carson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Cousins. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Touchdown, Titans. Jamison Crowder. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his first touchdown of the new season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll find Everett there, complete.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It's caught by Bryant. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Carson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. And he's going to keep it here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. He'll buy some time right. Going deep. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at third. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Darren Lee in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their home team.